Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishna. Basically, this is the 19th number part. That is basically the variable declaration. So, like this, basically, we can declare the variable that basically we saw in previous videos. Now, basically, see the outputs of the variables. One person told that what is this here? Basically? If you want to concat, basically, this is text and this is normal text, and this is basically the variable basically here, and it's like this. So this is basically concatenated with dot. See the dot. See the double dot. This was a character basically. Now another variable. So numeric, that is the integer basically known as an integer also. This is one. This is one. This plus this equal to this. So the output would be 9 basically. Sum of the two variables basically. Variable types. This is numerical, that is integer, and this is basically string basically. So there are two types of variables just now basically we saw. So one of the person told that what do you mean by types of variables basically? These many types of variables basically are available basically. So one of the person told that types of variable means in basically our study basically we have saw that basically English subject is there, mathematics subjects are there. So for that basically English subject basically different books are there, right? And for mathematics basically different books are there available, and in that books only basically we are doing the calculation and text writing basically. So same way basically you are basically writing in the book basically, but in software basically what is the stuff basically? For that basically variables are given basically. String variable is there, integer is there, float is there. One of the person told that what is difference between float and integer basically? Integer means decimal basically. Decimal basically are not allowed in integer, but in float basically decimal data takes. In integer basically if you dump the data basically of the integer of the decimal basically it will take the data basically, but it will not add the decimal data basically. But in float basically if you are declaring float, then basically it will take basically. That is basically difference between float and integer. Boolean means true and false. Array means that everybody knows. Object means picture object is there, document objects are there. Many objects basically are available. Nowadays basically it's a AI basically world. So in that basically required object. So in that basically you can use the object variable. Null resources. Then another person told that what is basically the inbuilt functions. Inbuilt functions means one of the person told that what actually mean by function only, that you can say. So function means if you want to do set of level of tasks basically in one statement only basically. So one person told that that basically you can do through can create through function basically. The task basically keeps on repeating. That basically, in that basically you can't write the repeating code basically. That is not the good way basically. So for that basically you can create the function and you can pass the parameters basically in the function basically. So for that basically the best is the function basically. So like this basically lots of functions basically are available with us basically. So see. So one of the this type of facilities basically are available basically in the other basically other in .NET basically. So one of the percent of the same data basically if you want to assign, then how basically you can assign. So PHP provides basically this type of thing also, or basically you can add like this equal to this equal to this equal to this. So PHP basically have their different scopes basically. Scope means variable scope basically. One of the person told that what do you mean by scope basically? Uh, then one of the person told that one person basically is shouting basically, right? And telling that basically, "Arey bhai, come here." Basically. So one person basically is just near to 100 meter basically, so he can easily able to see, easily able to what basically is telling. He can able to listen basically. But one person basically is basically very far basically, so his sound basically will not able to reach. That is why, because it's one session basically. In that session basically you can't communicate with that person basically. So in simple language basically you can say the variables basically are available at certain level of area. In function basically some variables basically can't be able to, one function is written but that function variable basically can't be accessed in the private areas, other private areas like other function, or basically outside function basically. So local functions are there, sorry, the local variables are there, global variables are there, and the static variables basically are available with the PHP basically. So let's see basically what actually this is. So free basically these all are the functions. This is basically global basically, global scope. Why? Because it's outside the function. Using this inside this function will generate an error. Why? Because that have scope at the global level basically. So $x basically, that is x is a one function variable. If you will access that, if you will declare again one other x basically in the function basically, it will generate error base. So this type of thing basically you have to take care in PHP. That basically is everywhere basically. It's a common thing basically. If you are in .NET also, there also, with Java also same basically. So in next video basically we are going to see a little bit more about this topic.